Hello, hello, my love. Welcome. This is going to be your Witches Circle reading. This is a full-size reading, so we're going to be doing the bigger version of it. So before we get started, I'm just going to shuffle the cards and lay them out, and then we'll just get into it. So go ahead and allow yourself to relax. Open your heart, your mind, your energy to being read. We're not looking at any specific question. We are just doing a general energetic message. And we just trust that all of the messages that come through is exactly what you need to hear in this moment. That's too much spirit. Okay. So I do have my notes here for the spread, so I don't forget. Number 1, banishment. What needs to be banished from your life? Harvest moon. Slow your heart and move gently into the coming of self. The queen, love and prosperity. Serendipity, bright new prospects are on the horizon. The star, and 10 of pumpkins or 10 of pentacles. This feels very much related to connections with others, but being able to connect back with yourself, your roots, okay? I love the message of slow your heart and move gently into the coming of self. I think that this is stepping into a new transition of yourself, a new part of you, a new energy, something different is going to be happening, a doorway. And I think that as you go through this change, whatever that change is in your life, you're being asked to really slow down and step into it to fully experience it. I kind of see that with the bright new prospects on the horizon. Spirit is showing you there's some new things coming. And with this growth and with this expansion, you're going to have to really be able to release and shed a lot of things that were once comfort zones for you. Okay? Interesting too, because there is a moth in this picture, in this card with eyes. And then in the serendipity, there's a bunch of moths or butterflies. And those are symbolic for metamorphosis, the change, right? So there's definitely this process of you're going to be shedding a layer. You're going to be changing and shifting in your life with it, whether this is yourself, your relationship, your career, or something, some element in your world is moving, changing. The queen, love and prosperity. So love and prosperity, that's love, life, and career. So there could be something in connection to both, some kind of shift, some enhancement with this. The 10 of pumpkins, that to me is community or family. This is like the network card, right? This is the connection card. And then this is also the process of healing with the star. Something being illuminated. It's almost like I feel like it's like being navigated. Your spirit is navigating you through this process and you're finally going to see the light. You're finally going to be able to see the full picture. And maybe you've just been given glimpses of bits and pieces so far. But the block that you're needing to let go, the thing that you need to banish, is this expectation. I feel like there's so many good things and shifts happening, and you need to just banish the expectation of how it is supposed to handle, how it's supposed to show up, how it's supposed to go. Just let yourself shift through, go through the experience, right? The metamorphosis. Really interesting. Number 2, the crossroads, something that needs to change or a decision that needs to be made. Tobacco, feed your ancestors, raise the sacred smoke to them, for they are hungry to connect. So your connection with your ancestors and your spirit team, that is something that needs to change. This is an element that is going to be shifting. So the way that you connect with them, the way that you spend time with them, the way that maybe the way you meditate or the way you connect spiritually, there's shifting happening in that world, okay? And maybe they're requiring you to do this so that they can connect with you better. Maybe they're asking you to do this, to go through this shift so that it's an easier connection to be made. The Sphinx, choose your words carefully. So how you call and conjure your ancestors, maybe the prayers that you use, or the way that the words, just how you form it, right? I also feel like choosing your words wisely, and when you're making a big decision, or maybe when you're going about a change, especially if this has to do with everyday life, like work, how you speak is going to really kind of make all of the difference. So there's kind of a couple little things here coming up with that. The 6 of Pumpkins, or 6 of Pentacles, and then the King of Imps, or the King of Wands. Yeah, I do feel like with the 6 of Pumpkins, that is the energetic exchange between yourself and someone else. And that King of Wands can represent the person in your life. This could be someone at work, or this could just be the situation where you're going to be communing or exchanging words with someone. The tobacco card, with speaking and connecting with your ancestors, it could be a male ancestor as well. Maybe there is going to be a new guide or a new, energy that you're going to be working with, a masculine. There's a lot of different ways that I could look at this. But regardless, you're being asked to be very careful with how you choose your words, how you speak, how you conjure these, your ancestors and your spirit team. The energy exchange that goes between you and another person as well, especially if we're talking about work-related things, how much of yourself you're putting out there, how much you're revealing, how you communicate with others, how you speak, a lot of that verbal stuff, right? There's a decision to be made, or there is a choice, or there's an action that needs to be taken. And I think, to be honest, before you make any major moves and changes, maybe this conjuring with your ancestors is actually necessary. So before you actually make a big deal of something in your life, I feel like it's work related. You're going to have to consult with your spirit team first. And maybe that's a change. Maybe you don't always do that. Maybe you would always just try to handle it yourself as a human. Take care of it yourself. And now your spirit team is like, no, we need to talk first. Connect with us first, and then we'll help you. Number 3, the seance, a message from your spirit team. So let's kind of see what they have to say to you. Cacao. So cacao comes up. You are loved, you are held, and you are already everything you seek. This is like the alchemist card or the magician card. You already have all the tools. You have everything you need. You have all the knowledge. You have all of this inner downloads that you've probably received from your spirit team already. They're here to help you, and they're guiding you every way. You don't need anything else to do the things. So I love that, because I think that this is showing support for future things that you want to do with your life, with your path, with your business, with your work, with your family, whatever. You already have everything. It's all out on the table for you. The Green Man, the forces of nature favor you. I love it. I think your spirit team is definitely showing that you're supported and that we have your back. The Stars, a long journey brings rewards. They're also showing you that you have gone, the full circle, that you have done all of the things, that you've been putting in all of the work. They're acknowledging it. And it's like, now it's time to really start to see things come to life from maybe years of learning and years of practice. So they're really like, I feel like they're really pumping you up for something big, some new transformation, some new thing that's going to happen. I like that you got the stars here and then you have a star here. I just think that they're showing an illumination, the light, the new path, the new desire, the new thing that's going to come into your world. I feel it's beautiful, and I just feel like it's like you're ready. You're ready to step into that. Oh, I love it. So again, we have the 7 of lightning. Again, there's the candle. It's illuminated. You are being given the power from spirit with the lightning bolts. They are infusing in you all of this knowledge, stuff that's probably come to you in your path that you didn't realize you knew, but you somehow knew. That spirit talks to you. That's you have it from your ancestors. The Page of Wands and the King of Bats, or the King of Swords. This is the power of communication and desire. I think that this is the power of really taking charge and seeing yourself not as a page, not as a learner or a student, but actually as the full circle element, this person that has all of the knowledge and wisdom. Yes, we always can learn and we always can, do more. But we also have to go through a time where we no longer see ourselves as a student or see ourselves as a beginner, that we are actually stepped into somebody who does have knowledge, someone who does know what they're doing. And I think that there's this step here that's a huge step for you, because maybe for the longest time you've always seen yourself as the beginner. And I think Spirit really wants you to know now is the time to start to see yourself as the full picture. I love those messages. Your spirit team loves you so much. There is just so much support here. So much support and encouragement. I love this for you. Okay, let's look at what number is this? Number 4. Number 4, the ritual, your magical power and how to work with it. So your magical power, we have fire cider. Dwell in the medicine that exists to protect the spirit. Wow. See what I was just saying? All of the medicine, all of the knowledge is already within you. Your spirit team has put it in you. Like, there's stuff that you've done that you just didn't know where it came from, but it was already there. It's like you awakened it. I love that you have like this jar with all this beautiful concoction. It's just kind of very witchy, and it's very much the element that I've seen you step into. I think you finally kind of found your space that really makes you feel connected, and I love that. I think that it says to dwell on the medicine. It's just like to dwell on what you already know, rather than seeing yourself as a learner that needs to take on more. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take classes and learn more. Like, if you want to, do it, but start to see yourself more as a wise one. You know what I mean? The spider, be meticulous and patient. I love that. So for that, the ritual, your magical power and how to work with it, patience, it's going to be a very huge support for you. Maybe the spider energy as well. Maybe look up what the spider spirit animal means. But being meticulous, being patient, taking your time, not rushing your craft, whatever it is that you're doing. When you put your heart and soul into it and you take your time, you're going to have the best, most potent outcomes. 3 of Candles and the Ace of Candles. Interesting. So the candles in this deck are the wands. So the 3 of Wands, I feel like this is your eyes, like literally the candles are illuminated and the eyes aren't. So it's almost like when you're going through your magical powers, like your magical power is the inner knowing and just having everything brought to you from spirit, that connection. You don't even need your eyes to see. So I think it's probably the process of trust, that everything that you need to know is already within you, and learning how to tap into that power without having to physically needing to see the thing. You know, it's like you just trust that it's there rather than having to physically see it as a result. The Ace of Candles, those new beginnings, the illumination, the process of putting in the magic, it's all in your hands. And then the Justice card. I love that. I feel like the Justice card in this, like with your superpower, is just the ability to balance your humanness and your witchy parts, right? I also kind of see the Justice card as coming into your truth, coming into this version of yourself that you deserve to be in. Maybe there's been, years of you growing up, younger you, where you didn't feel as confident stepping into this person, and now that you're living your dream. And I see this as kind of like the result of that. So your power is ingrained in you. You have these powers of inner knowing, these natural connections, these natural born witchy-like connections that are already being awakened inside of you. And the best way to work with it is to be meticulous and patient and slow going with it. Don't rush the process. It's very potent what you do with your spiritual work and your creations, and it should not be rushed or trying to match someone else's. Like, do your own thing. And I think too with this one, the magic is already in you. You're a magical being already. You're a creator, right? You create with the hands. Oh, I love that. Okay, number 5, love spell, love life forecast. So what's coming up with the love life? Witch's Rosary. Craft your skills with intentions repeated. Okay, wait, I'm reading this wrong. Craft your skills with intentions repeated, a practice of magic powered by purpose. So I kind of see that as when you make the same mistake more than once. Obviously, we know, like with relationships, when you fight about the same thing over and over and over again, there's no solution. You're going to fight about it over and over again. So I kind of see it as like, pay attention to what is coming up over and over again with you and your lover. Are there arguments or little things that are uncomfortable that you haven't fully worked through? And just kind of notice that. So with the love life, I feel like this is really taking inventory on your love and relationship. Where are the weak parts? Where is the weaknesses? Where do you need to put a little bit more of your time and energy into to fix so that you're not revisiting the same thing over and over again? Medusa, jealousy leads to downfall. Interesting. So I don't know your relationship. But I will say I know every relationship, myself included, we all struggle with jealousy from time to time. There could be jealousy, envy, whatever. So if there is a jealous, like a jealousy aspect to you or your lover, that could be one of the little downfalls here that this is talking about. So try to allow yourself to be honest with yourself, but how do you see that? How does that feel? Who is the jealous one in the relationship? Who is the one that struggles with that more? Is it you or your lover? The other thing I'm really nervous about is the snake. I mean, I know snakes are amazing animals and I know you personally love it because you work with the one, but I also, when I see a snake in the relationship, especially with the jealousy, to me, that is, somebody else on the outside that can potentially try to harm your inner circle. And I'm not saying that that's happening, but be aware of outsiders who can put a damper on what your inner circle, your inner relationship is, and that doesn't have to be like someone trying to flirt or get into, like an affair or anything. I'm not just saying that, but this could be like a friend that maybe doesn't have your favor and they're talking shit, or this could be just an element outside that could be putting in an energy that is just not necessary, that's not going to benefit your guys' romance, Just be aware of that. Snakes make me nervous when I see that in relationship stuff. Okay. So we have the Judgment card. Interesting. I love how it's green as well as the as the jealousy card, the green, and then we have a gate that has been opened. So again, like I said, an outsider trying to worm their way through. That open gate makes me wonder, did you guys have a time where you confided in a friend about your relationship, and now this person has access to, maybe a soft part of your relationship, and maybe you regretted sharing that with them, and now it's like that's all they see in your relationship. You know what I mean? That's what I mean about a snake, is just we all want to vent, and sometimes we do vent, but then sometimes we realize, oh, I wish I wouldn't have said it to that person, because now that person is always going to see my situation as that. That's what I mean. So this gate, there's some kind of opening. Somebody confided in someone, or maybe, there's some kind of opening which can lead potential outsiders in to create a jealous situation. So just be aware of that, my love. Just be aware of that energy. And then we have the World. Interesting. So again, with the cycles, remember how I was saying, where were we? In the very beginning? No, which one is it? This one. Your cycle, your relationship, your inner circle, right? Not going into the same over and over and over the arguments. The World card, putting an end to that loop, that cycle. So if there is something, an element in your relationship, it's a weak point. We all have it. Putting an end to that. Don't let this create any more damage than it already has. And this is just one of those things to be aware of. Every relationship has that. So beautiful. In terms of the love life forecast, I just feel like it doesn't show negativity. It just shows a warning, a gentle warning. And it just kind of shows awareness. Be aware of your inner circle. I also kind of like it too because the gate is open. And then you have the World card, and then this card with the circle of candles. It's like closed, right? So maybe this is just asking you to repair the hole, the void, the hole, whatever that is in the relationship, so that we don't have any unwanted guests coming in. You know what I mean, my love? Just readjust the circle, your heart, your love life. Make it firm, make it strong. Protect it, right? And then lastly, number 6 is scrying. And this one is the future forecast this spooky season. So let's see what's coming up spooky season for you. So we have Toad. Observe for, okay, wait. First, let me just look at this card because I've never seen this one come up. So cute. Okay, Toad. Observe for those who watch, see all. Ooh, see? Like I'm saying, keep your eyes peeled, right? I love that. That card is so freaking cute. So in the near future, or the future of spooky season, have your eyes open, okay? Be aware of just the energies of people, other things, situations, cycles, whatever. Be aware is what Spirit is asking you. The Satire, revelry and indulgence. I love this card because to me it makes me think of let yourself just indulge and be dipped into all of the things that make you feel good, right? Like just have a lot of fun. This spooky season is your time to really just dive into this witchy aspect of yourself and really go hard with it. I love that. The 10 of Candles, interesting. So 10 of Candles or the 10 of Wands. I kind of see that as fully illuminated, but they're behind the closed doors. So I think that this is almost telling you when you're letting yourself shine, being illuminated, you still have to have this boundary. This is a barrier. Everything is bright and beautiful, but it's still protected by this barrier. So others can't, excuse me. So others can't come in and harm, right? So protect yourself, protect your relationship, protect your home, protect your work, your spirituality, all of those different facets of yourself. And then I kind of see with the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Candles, you're illuminated. Everything is bright in your life. your spooky season is going to be illuminated. You're going to be on fire. You're going to be feeling beautiful and just like so witchy and so into it. But you can't let your guard down, you know? You can't let your guard down. And then the Judgment card. Interesting. So this to me is the spiritual connection. This is ancestors. This is your spirit team. This could be loved ones in spirit connecting with you. I see Judgment card as like that calling. This is spirit calling you, or the dead are being called out. So this to me is that mediumship connection. I know you have loved ones in spirit. So this is definitely like that dynamic of being able to connect and to reach out, they'll be reaching out to you, or you will be feeling them around you, that kind of situation. I love that. So overall, when I look at all of your cards, like the Witch's Circle, I feel like it just kind of shows gentle warnings in little different areas of your life, but nothing really alarms me, especially with the love life. I don't want you to freak out. I don't want you to freak out with this. Just be brutally honest with yourself, you know? Every relationship goes through hiccups and stuff. And, you know, if you have if you have your sacred space invaded, your sacred relationship invaded by whatever, you know, it's just a warning to close that hole, you know, repair it, make it strong, protect it. Your spirit team is very much connected with you, I feel, and I feel like you just have this beautiful awakening state that is happening to you. I love that the stars card came out for you, the 2 stars. I think that you're really stepping into a version of yourself that you never thought you would get to. And I say that too because the Queen card came out, the Kings came out for you. You're no longer a student. You're no longer a beginner in your practice, my love. It's time that you really see yourself as this wise being, this person, this version of yourself that has worked. You've done the work. You've done all the things. You deserve to see yourself in this beautiful upgrade. And I think that's honestly what I see with that awakening, an upgrade. It is an upgrade, a level up from where you were to where you're going to be. So I love that for you. Other than that, my love, I do not see anything else. I hope that this reading resonated. I hope that it gave you a lot to think about. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Send me an email. I wish you all of the best. I hope you have an amazing spooky season. Thank you so much for trusting in me reading for you, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, my love. Bye-bye.